Old Mr. Jones, he had a farm.
Mr. Jones of the Manor Farm was too drunk to remember to check on the animals before he went to bed. With the ring of light from his lantern dancing from side to side, he made his way up to where Mrs. Jones was already snoring. As soon as the light in the bedroom went out, there was a stirring and fluttering all through the farm buildings. Old Major had something important he wanted to tell everyone. With Mr. Jones safely out of the way, they met in the big barn. Old Major sat on his bed of straw under a lantern which hung from a beam. He was 12 years old and had lately grown rather stout, but he was still a majestic-looking pig with a wise and benevolent appearance. Before long, the other animals began to arrive. First came the 3 dogs, Bluebell, Jessie and Pincher, and then the pigs. They settled down in the straw immediately in front of the platform. The hens perched themselves on the windowsills. The pigeons fluttered up to the rafters. The sheep and cows lay down behind the pigs and began to chew the cud. The 2 cart horses, Boxer and Clover, came in together, walking very slowly. Clover was a stout, motherly mare. Boxer was an enormous beast and as strong as any 2 ordinary horses put together. A white stripe down his nose gave him a somewhat stupid appearance, but he was universally respected for his steadiness of character and tremendous powers of work. After the horses came Muriel, the white goat, and Benjamin, the donkey. Benjamin was the oldest animal on the farm and the worst tempered. He seldom talked, and when he did, it was usually to complain. "They tell me God gave me a tail to keep the flies off," he liked to say. "I would prefer to have no tail and no flies." Alone among the animals on the farm, Benjamin never laughed. "There's nothing to laugh at," he often said. Nevertheless, without openly admitting it, he was devoted to Boxer. The 2 of them usually spent their Sundays together in the small paddock beyond the orchard, grazing side by side and never speaking. The 2 horses made a sort of wall for a brood of ducklings which had lost their mother. They filed into the barn, wandering from side to side. Clover helped them nestle down below her big leg, where they would not be trodden on. The ducklings promptly fell asleep. At the last moment, Molly, the foolish white mare, came dancing in, chewing at a lump of sugar. She took a place near the front. She hoped everyone would notice the red ribbons that plaited her white mane. Last of all came the cat, who looked round, as usual, for the warmest place. She finally squeezed herself in between Boxer and Clover. There she purred contentedly throughout Major's speech, without listening to a word of what he was saying.